When he was a boy, he was considered a prodigy. Now, at the age under 25, he is already one of the NBA's most irreplaceable players. This is Ant-Man, Anthony Edwards. At just 22, Anthony Edwards is the conductor of the Timberwolves offensive and defensive orchestra. The team finished the season as the third seed in the Western Conference, and all that's standing in front of the franchise's first conference finals appearance in 20 years is the presumptive MVP and reigning champion. A few days before the playoffs began, Edwards laughed at the thought of his growing importance in the league. It's not that he doesn't care, he does deeply, and he's not struggling with imposter syndrome either. It's an amazement that this much weight sits on his shoulders at 22. It's fun, he said. I just gotta be ready for it because I know it's a lot of responsibility off the court. About his prime, he said, I'm probably at 40%. I'm not even touching my prime yet. When asked about how long it would take for him to become the NBA's best player, Edwards didn't hesitate. About 2 or 3 years, he said. Edwards has been a star all his life. He played football growing up, quarterback, running back, cornerback. He was one of the best running back prospects in the country by age 10. He won a high school basketball championship and became the #1 prospect in the country, and eventually got drafted #1 overall to the NBA. From the early days of his career, Anthony Edwards has shown immense potential, solidifying himself as one of the top young point guards of his generation. Coined with the nickname Ant-Man, Edwards has captured the attention of basketball enthusiasts with his exceptional skills on the court and his charismatic personality off it. Anthony Edwards' career has been nothing short of impressive. His journey from being the first overall pick in the 2020 NBA draft to emerging as a force to be reckoned with in the league has been remarkable. His ability to score, create plays, and lead his team has made him a standout player in the NBA. He put up May 3rd, 19 in his debut NBA season and finished second in the Rookie of the Year race behind LaMelo Ball in a vote that feels a bit silly now. As a sophomore, Edwards helped lead Minnesota to the play-in tournament, then hit 5 3s and led the Wolves with 30 points to send the Timberwolves back to the playoffs for only the second time in 18 seasons and danced on the scorer's table. In his third season, Edwards was named an All-Star for the first time. He averaged 24.6 points, 5.8 rebounds, and 4.4 assists. He led the team back to the play-in tournament and then to the playoffs. Only 32 times in NBA history had a player averaged April 4th, 22 by age 22. Edwards was just 21. Only LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Tracy McGrady, Luka Doncic, Devin Booker, and LaMelo Ball have done it twice by age 22. And now Ant-Man. This season, Edwards took another step forward, putting up May 5th, 26 in another All-Star season that will likely end up as an All-NBA season when the votes are tallied. This time, there would be no play-in. Ant led the Wolves to the #3 seed and the first 7-game series sweep in Minnesota professional sports history. Only 6 players in NBA history had a player dropped May 5th, 25 by age 23, and you only need one name to recognize them: LeBron, Jordan, Kobe, McGrady, Luka, and Ja. Edwards joined that group this spring. With a full point and a full year to spare, he'll likely double down on the list next season. These are incredibly lofty names we're comparing Edwards to, but we're just getting started. The only question now is where Edwards goes from here. And like Ant-Man, the sky's the limit. Edwards just played Devin Booker, another shooting guard you might be tempted to compare him to, but Ant was so dominant in the matchup, he probably stole Booker's starting spot on the Olympic team this summer in Paris. With all due respect to Book, a star in his own right, he was not even in the same universe as Ant at this age, and didn't make a great playoff run until age 26. Most shooting guards struggle in their early 20s, toiling on losing teams and failing to find any semblance of efficiency until somewhere in their mid to late 20s. Edwards is already doing it, and he doesn't even turn 23, a nice number for shooting guard elites, for another 3 months. We already knew Ant was a star in the making. Turns out he might be a supernova, exploding right before our eyes. Every game from now until the Timberwolves season ends could include some of the biggest moments of Edwards' life. After the playoffs conclude, the 2024 Paris Olympics await, where Edwards will play a significant role, perhaps even starting, in Team USA's charge for a gold medal. Then there's the NBA's looming media rights deal, and how players like Edwards figure into the league's future. In the 2023-24 season, Anthony Edwards has been a pivotal player for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Teaming up with star player Karl Anthony Towns, Edwards has showcased his exceptional talent, contributing significantly to the team's success. His on-court chemistry with Towns has been instrumental in the Timberwolves' journey through the playoffs. One of the most interesting things about Edwards' story is how it's all materialized. He experienced tremendous grief following the deaths of his mother Yvette and grandmother Shirley to cancer in 2015 when he was in 8th grade. Edwards channeled that trauma into joy as a tribute to the 2 women who raised him to do just that. He's known unconditional protection and love through his siblings who stepped up to raise him and provided the stability that's allowed him to grow into the man he is today. And now, Edwards is on the edge of a worldwide takeover. Off the court, Anthony Edwards is known for his outgoing and humorous personality. His interactions with the media reflect his confidence and fearlessness, traits that also define his playing style on the court. Edwards' charismatic presence both on and off the court has endeared him to fans and the media alike. There's a familiar coolness around Edwards that is not predicated on basketball. We've all met someone like him at some point in our lives. He's that coworker, cousin, college classmate, or friend whose supreme confidence is endearing instead of off-putting. Seeing how people treat me, seeing how I interact with kids, and seeing their reaction, Edwards said, gives him goosebumps. I'd say most people's reaction when they meet me, honestly. I never would have imagined people crying and being super happy when they see me. That's the best feeling ever, he said. Timberwolves guard Anthony Edwards could be the next face of the NBA, as the league is on the cusp of a new era with the looming retirements of Lakers, LeBron James and Warriors, Stephen Curry. According to Tom Klutt of Vanity Fair, James will turn 40 at the end of the year, while Curry will turn 36 next month. Someday, not long from now, the league will be in the market for a new marketable superstar. Edwards stands as the favorite to be that guy, to be the guy. His first signature sneaker, the Adidas AE1, had hit stores in December. Edwards also last summer signed with WME and will take part in the forthcoming Netflix NBA docu-series. The coming months do offer Edwards the opportunity to burnish his reputation in the NBA and increase his visibility beyond the league. However, online clout without real-life results is far more a curse than a gift. The Timberwolves had been coming off a tough 7-game series with the Denver Nuggets. They then fell into an 0-3 against the Dallas Mavericks, including blowing an 18-point lead at the Target Center in Game 2, when the eventual unanimous series MVP Luka Doncic hit a go-ahead 3 in the final seconds. They looked different from the team they were in the first 2 rounds against the Suns and Nuggets. Minnesota's vaunted defense, featuring 4-time Defensive Player of the Year Rudy Gobert, looked vulnerable at times against the two-pronged attack of Doncic and Kyrie Irving, and the Wolves' offense was even less reliable. Minnesota won't get by Mavericks or beyond off Edwards' cocktail of talent, heroics, and tenacity alone. He'll need his teammates, whom Edwards praises endlessly. They subscribe to the same ideology, and the euphoria they chase requires a brotherhood, not a dictatorship. Edwards has always said this moment was coming. However, living in the moment is not the same as getting stuck in it. He knows that one day he'll wake up and be the old guard in the league everyone hunts down. A player out there will talk trash to him like he did with Durant. And like Durant, Edwards will have to salute him when the time comes. The game is the game. He knows that. Edwards isn't just a star. The way he's playing so far in his postseason career, he may not even be just a superstar. We are watching a super-duper star birth himself right before our eyes, and the trend line is still only pointing up. They call him Ant-Man, and this 22-year-old is playing like a superhero. He's acting the part off the court, too. Watch any interview and Edwards practically oozes stardom. He's already the heart and soul of the franchise and a leader in the locker room, propping up his teammates and instilling his fearless confidence in everyone around him. As the playoffs unfold, Anthony Edwards' mentality and determination are set to play a pivotal role in the Timberwolves' pursuit of further success. His unwavering confidence and ability to thrive under pressure make him a player to watch as the playoffs progress. Edwards has delivered several standout performances, solidifying his status as a rising star in the NBA. His highlight plays, including memorable dunks, have captured significant media attention and fan excitement. Anthony Edwards' captivating journey in the NBA playoffs has not only solidified his status as a young superstar, but has also established him as a player with the potential to leave an indelible mark on the league. With his infectious personality, exceptional talent, and unwavering mentality, Edwards is poised to continue making headlines and carving out a legacy in the NBA for years to come. Like and subscribe if you like this video.